Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Janami Violinan. So, my topic is psychosocial perspective in gender and sexuality. The psychosocial perspective on gender and sexuality suggests that a person's identity and behavior are influenced of the interplay between their internal thoughts and feelings and external social and cultural factors. So, based on the slide, the psychosocial perspective on gender and sexuality simply means that who you are or your identity and how you act, your behavior and shaped by a blend of your own personal thoughts and feelings and social cultural influences around you.
So, social norms are expectation is unwritten rules governing behavior. So, unwritten rules is the guide how people should act in the community. So, isa sayang example is wearing decent clothes and crowns and saying po and opo. Family, peer, and relationship influence from the loved ones and social group. So, influence from family member and friends. So, isa sayang example is encouraged by parents to study hard or influenced by friends to try sport.
Cultural and media representations. This is about how movies, TV, and other media show us what it means to be a man or woman. For example, if movie always show men as strong and women as caring, this is a stereotypically gender rule. This can shape how we think about others and ourselves. Number 2, personal experiences. This refers to how you feel about your own body and how you experience your gender and sexuality. For example, if you feel good about your body, you might be more comfortable expressing yourself. You feel uneasy, it can affect your confidence and how you relate to others. And number 3, intersectionality. This is when different parts of your identity, like your gender, sexuality, race, or social class, all come together and affect how you experience the world. For example, a gay person might face discrimination because they are gay, but they might also face adding discrimination if they belong to a minority group or came from a poor community. It's about understanding how these different identities overlaps and you create unique experiences.
So, we tackle about LGBT plus psychology. So, LGBT plus psychology is a subfield of psychology focused on the experience, development, and mental well-being of lesbian, gay, bisexuals, and transgender and queer LGBT plus individuals. So there are 3 examples of LGBT plus psychology. First is sexual orientation and gender identity. So sexual orientation is a person emotionally romantic or sexual attraction to others. So kung unsa ka ma-attract or kung unsa mo pag-express imong kaugalingon, mao na siyang sexual orientation. Example lang is lesbian, ma-attract ka to women, then gay, ma-attract ka men, then bisexual, attractive to multiple gender, then a straight, ma-attract ka to opposite gender. Then gender identity is a person, internal sense of being male, female, both or neither. Example is transgender or non-binary. Kay kung unsa mo pag-express imong kaugalingon mo ng gender identity, then ang sexual orientation is kung unsa ka nga pagkatao or kung unsa ka. Then second is mental health. So mental health concern like depression can be exacerbated by a stigma leading for increased anxiety and distress. Then for example is a transgender student facing bullying at school. So maka-experience siya sa depression and anxiety, social isolation tungod kay kanang sa mga harms or sa mga ginestorya nila or sa mga kanang mga ginapang-judge sa iyaha, then ginahide niya ang mga iyang identity para dili siya mabuli. So para ma-avoid na sa bilang sa isa LGBT, so gina-address ang mga pag-create sa safe spaces, then provide support and promote education para kanang gina-promote nila ang acceptance or understanding para gina-raise nilang awareness about sa mental health sa LGBT. Then the last one is support system, inclusive spaces for well-being. So inclusive spaces such as LGBT plus friendly counseling services play a vital role in the promoting well-being and mental health. These spaces provided the safety and acceptance, tailored support, then community connection. So safety and acceptance is kanang dapat dili nato sila gina-judge para ma-feel nila or para ma-comfortable sila sa environment, then para pod ma-express nila ilang feelings. Then tailored support counseling services to understand and address the unique needs and challenges of being LGBT plus individuals. Then community connections, opportunities to connect the other who share similar experiences, reducing feelings or isolation. So that's all. Thank you.
Men and masculinity. So masculinity refers to socially and culturally constructed set of attributes, behavior, and roles traditionally associated with men and boys. So there are three types of masculinity. So the first one is traditional masculinity. Traditional masculinity are expectation for men to be strong and unemotional. So for example, is men avoiding crying to look tough. So traditional masculinity is mo niya siya ang pinaka-common sa mga lalaki. So para ma-clarify nila nga lalaki ka is hindi mo nga mag-excel nga as emotionless or dili ka masakitan. Second one is changing masculinities. So changing masculinities is encouraging emotional expression and equality. So for example, fathers taking active roles in childcare. So that is changing masculinity is mao ni siya ang kanang, for example, kanang equality. So patas tanan, dili nimo need nga mag uh, need nga magpa isog-isog. So ang toxic masculinity, the last one is harmful behavior that promote aggression and dominance. So for example, using violence to prove manhood. So kani siya mo na siya ang the best example is kanang mga gaaway na babae o lalaki or for example kanang gaaway na mga lalaki, so need nila nga mag-inisog or maggamit og violence para makita nga isog sila or ma-prove na lalaki sila. So thank you.